Hello everybody. We are going to take you for a walk in our woods. Yesterday, whenever I took a survey to see if you would rather see a day in the life video today or a nature walk, you picked nature walk, so we're going to take you along with us. 90% of the time my kids do nature study on their own with no prompting. This is just part of life. Sometimes we're more intentional, sometimes I see things and point it out to them. Sometimes they see things and point it out to me, more often than not, because I'm a busy mom with 8 kids and running a house and all those kind of things. But I like to give them a lot of freedom to just go explore for as many hours as they need each day. There's so much to learn by being out in nature and discovering things for yourself. What are you guys doing?
It had pink blossoms, but it opened up to white blossoms.
Oh my, that is gorgeous.
So like this is what they looked like before. And they open, yeah, the thorns, but this is a wild rose bush.
That's beautiful.
It covers, it's just starting to begin, but you can see all these.
Yeah.
It's really exciting. What did you find, James? How pretty.
Yeah,
Thank you. It's really exciting this time of year to be out because every week something different is blooming out in the woods.
And these are daffodils that used to be.
These are the honeysuckle, which is actually invasive in our area. They're pretty, but
you can eat the flowers.
Can you? Leo has been doing some reading about edible
No, I've known
plants
this for
in
a couple
nature.
years.
Well, yeah,
Suck on the ends.
I know you know the things.
Look, you pull it out.
That's okay, Jeremiah. It's okay for him to do that. Okay, it's okay for him to do that. These don't have thorns. Okay, come over here and let me show you which ones do. It's this one. Come here, buddy. It's this one right there that has the thorns. So thank you for trying to take care of him, but okay, we're not even in the woods yet. Let's get walking.
I'm in the woods.
We're just in our yard.
Let's get walking. Pepper, you coming along?
Mom, I brought a bag in case we found anything that we wanted to keep.
Sounds good. We have some new watercolor brush pens. So if you find anything that you would like to paint, yeah, you can bring it back.
Look how pretty that oak is. Look at that, Mom.
This is gorgeous. Bella, let's see how many trees you can identify.
Flowers. These are like lace.
They have the jagged leaves. This is a gorgeous. This is gonna be like that right there. This is one of its descendants. So.
Let's see how many trees you can name. Because I know you know more than I do with tree identification.
This is all honeysuckle.
I know, it is a lot of honeysuckle. Let me know if you spot anything else. Wait, I'm missing it. These are walnuts, you said? How do you know it's a walnut?
Because the bark is rough, and at the end the walnuts look like I'm gonna have to climb.
Hold on, you gotta. Okay, how did you can just explain
So
to
the
me.
walnuts have this rough bark, which you can pretty identify, but at the end of the leaves, you can tell. Actually, this is not a walnut. Only this one and this one. No, only this one's a walnut. But the ends, they have like a lot of little leaves next to each other. Oh, look at that.
I want that snail.
Oh boy, Jeremiah has a thing for snails.
And then
A cactus.
right over there.
Is that a cactus?
You are so silly.
What? There's a poop on it.
A maple? Bella's trying to identify all the trees she can, guys.
Hey.
We found an arrowhead right there once.
I did.
Exciting.
On the ground.
You weren't even here, though.
That's a maple. That's a maple.
This is a maple here?
Yeah, this is a maple.
And how do we know it's a maple?
Because maples have like this whitish bark, and they have, well, it depends on the maple. Some maples are different. These are white something maples. There's so many different kinds, I can't remember, but I know it's a maple because it has patches all the way up, and it kind of looks like camouflage.
And you can tell by the leaves. They just
can also
look.
tell by the leaves.
They look like maple leaves. So look
That's how
out
you know.
for the ones that look like maple leaves. So if you see one that you think is a maple leaf,
And then
like
I need to find out what this is. This
If she
produces, I have
touches
no idea what this is.
Watch this.
It's up.
Look, you touch.
Every tracks? Is that what you said? Yeah, it does. Do you like the little snail, James?
Does anyone knows what this is? I need to look it up, but this produces pink or white flowers, and it is invasive in our
We
area.
don't know what this is?
No, we don't. I just recently found it like last year. So
All right, we'll see if anybody can tell Bella what this is. Oh, it's getting windy. Sorry guys, I'm sure it's super windy.
This is it. This is it. That's it. That's
Yeah,
it. That's it.
it is beautiful.
This is a cedar tree.
I know what it
A
is.
baby cedar tree.
A baby cedar.
I know what it is.
And these are ferns.
I know what it is. I can tell Bella what it is.
Yeah.
It's something.
We have ferns. all over.
I call these flowers the little lace. Leo's video on Mom and Mama's video
That's a
on
hackberry.
Leo.
Mom, I'm gonna go hug a hackberry. Ugh, I've never been in this park. Alright, this is a hackberry right here. This has the roughest bark. I mean, it's like jagged. These hackberries are also invasive. Walnut,
Thank you.
oak, oak.
This is actually a deer
No.
stand for hunting.
Okay, this is so hard to tell. Is that an
A
oak?
tree stand, sorry. Before we
This is an oak.
lived here, a friend of ours
Tree
came and
stand.
hunted and put up that stand, and it's still there.
Oak,
Although Jason has not had any time for any of that kind of fun.
maple.
I
Too
dare
busy.
you to
These are
jump
two
down
maples
it.
wrapped around each other.
Okay, you told me oak and maple.
Maple,
Now see if you can find
maple,
something new.
maple.
Okay.
But there's nothing besides oaks. Maples,
Okay, well let's look to the
cedar.
ground and see what we can
There's
discover on the
birch,
ground then.
there's, on the ground. White oak. There's honeysuckle.
Do we have birch here?
I think so. I think that's Huh? Oh, we have buckeye.
Oh, buckeye.
Cedar,
Mhm.
I can't remember. But I can't remember where we are.
I think we have birch. I don't
There's
know.
a buckeye that's all over the. There's
But
a
there's-
spot where buckeyes are all over the
If
ground.
you look into there, there's lots of trees that we don't.
That's an impressive oak. It's
I
that
wanna
big
pick
gnarly one.
this.
Yeah, that is.
I've seen. We call them wild strawberries, but they pretend they have. It's pretty much like just a vine.
Oh, look at
And then I
Peppa.
don't know. This is actually
Oh,
a tree.
Pepper, remember guys when we talked about things that are seed carriers? Pepper is a seed carrier. So he was bringing this plant somewhere else.
I don't know exactly what kind of tree this is, but I know it's invasive in our
Yeah.
area. This is actually a tree. Like I've seen one this
This
big.
is the beginning of a tree.
Yeah, this is. It's really invasive. I can't remember what it's called.
And that is.
Uh-huh.
That is a locust.
Where?
I think it's called a black locust.
A black locust?
Or red locust, something locust. This right here. They.
I found
Hold
a
on.
weird. Mom, I found a really weird
locust. And this actually, we have some little ones up by the house, but they'll have like these red
Wait for James.
thorns. And you can see
Mama,
they
why
have
is
very
this
fine leaves. If you look up,
The
they have
locust
very,
tree.
very fine leaves. They turn pink.
Hang on a second.
What is
Okay.
it?
Just say, help please.
Where is it?
Help please.
I'll beat.
Oh, a tick. Yep. We have
What?
those too, don't we? It's just crawling up his shirt, but he noticed it. Why is your shoe off, buddy?
Be like two. He says something in it.
Can you hold these flowers? I'll fix his shoe. All right, we're going down to the creek.
To me, but my head went in. Whoa.
Yeah. Whoa, that's steep, James.
I'm going
You want to sit down?
Guys, go
Here you
over
go.
here. It's less steeper.
Well, we're kind of on this track now. So this is a more of a wet water creek that we always have a little bit of water in it, but sometimes it's a lot more than others, and we've had some rain. Here you go, James.
It's actually
Woo,
not as
slippery.
big as it normally is.
No, it gets even bigger than this, doesn't it? But
It gets so
we
big
have
it
to
goes
go
up to our,
down,
it
down,
goes up to
down
our
to get
chest.
here. There we
The
go.
highest.
Isn't it beautiful?
So it
You're
always
going
has
to frog pond.
it always
You'll
has at
see
least a
some
foot
the
of water in
weirdest
it.
roots
In like some of the parts.
Roots, Samuel?
This is never dry. Never.
Ooh, Elsie's kicked off her shoes.
And they're so long.
Okay.
So you're saying that at that part, can you show it to me?
Yeah, it's up here.
Okay, it's over here.
Okay.
So,
Okay, Samuel, tell me about this cool thing.
This is one of the roots. That's one of the roots.
Wow.
It goes all the way to there. The tree's right there.
okay, so you gotta be
Isn't it amazing how long a tree's
You have a
roots
hole in
are?
your boot, Mom. You have to be careful. You have a hole in your
Yes, I
left boot.
got it.
Here it is. The hugest tree and oldest tree we have.
Not the oldest. It's only.
See, Mom, these are all its roots.
Wow, that's amazing, Samuel.
It's probably only like 200 years
Let's see if I can get over here without falling.
The oldest one is like.
Well, my
So this is all rainwater, basically, as the rain falls and collects, it comes through.
This is really the only
You can find rocks like
place
this.
that dries out in the summertime. The rest it comes from an underwater source.
Oh, and by the way,
Right, so this dries out because if it stops raining.
It comes from our neighbor.
this is normally really clear, but they must
Pepper just stirred it up, didn't he?
Mom, you're gonna get wet. Cold. I wish it would warm up soon.
It is cold. Was it worth it?
Yeah, it was worth it. It's fun.
Boys, have you found anything interesting to share?
Myself?
No, not really. Well, I did. I was thinking the other day of how it's a bummer that when people finally started making things like when it was back with covered wagons, you go into the woods, you're not gonna see plastic cups on the ground or anything like that because they didn't have that stuff. They had metal stuff that they wouldn't just throw out of their wagon. They were respectful of the land, and that's something that it's a bummer that went away in a lot of people because like next to the road on our property you can see tons of plastic cups and
It is a shame.
everything.
Measure.
All right, me and Jeremiah are just heading up. Here's Maya. And we were going down to get his shoes because he forgot his shoes. So we're gonna head up and see you there.
We are back inside and we pulled out these watercolor. Can you hold up the box for me, Bella? We pulled out these watercolor brush pens to create some watercolor sketches of some things that we brought in. Yeah, I can link them below if you want to check them out.
How much do you put on it?
Depends on how clear you want it.
So pretty.
It was a great walk.
Look at my tail.
On the way back, though, I was tired. I was very winded, breathing heavy by the time I got back up because I was hurrying. We had somebody come in to drop something off, and I was hurrying up the hill, and I realized how out of shape I am.
Did you hear me ring the bell?
No, I didn't hear the bell. Did you ring the bell for us?
I rang the bell. I didn't ring it that long.
Well,
No,
That
sorry.
you
We
can't.
we heard their car coming up the road. That's how we knew.
We saw.
But it took a while. We were down
I'd
at the creek.
say, goodness, they were here a while before you came up.
Yeah, well, we were down at the creek, so.
Oh, yeah.
And we
saw
lost a
their
pair of
car.
shoes. But we found it again, right?
It
You found
wasn't
them?
hard. I knew where they
Yeah.
were.
Before I let you go, I had a request to see the history binders that I talked about my kids making. Yesterday's video, if you didn't see it, was all about how we do history using Story of the World. And I mentioned that my kids make a notebook page from that lesson and put it in a binder. And I had a request to see it, so let's see here. I picked my oldest child's and my youngest child's binders, so we just have page protectors in them like this. And so they write out just a little summary of something they've learned, like I talked about how we do it in yesterday's video. This is the result of that. And then they put in a map and whatever coloring page goes with that day's lesson. So we just put those together like that. And then this is my youngest child who is doing coloring pages. So that's Samuel. He is 6 years old. He just turned 6. Like when he did this, he was probably still 5 because this is back a couple pages. But he basically just does the map work. And here I wrote this for him about something that he remembered. And then he just does coloring pages. This day, he decided he wanted to write something, so he wrote that there. Oops, actually, you know what? That's not even from history. He has his notebook all mixed up, doesn't he? He's got other coloring pages in with it, but I don't pay too much attention at that age. I kind of let them just join in for fun and get used to what it's like to do history together as a family. I don't even have to keep records or anything for him. In Missouri, it's not until you are older than 7. So I just let him join in for fun, and it's good practice. All right, I'm going to let you guys go. We will see you tomorrow. We're talking about geography tomorrow, and I look forward to sharing one of my favorite geography-minded books with you. Have a great day, you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.